beauties, welcome back to another Spruce News video. So today, as you can see from the title, we're going to be checking out the new eyeshadow palettes by Beauty Bay. So this is actually just going to be a first impressions video of one of the palettes, but I'll show you both of the palettes that I've purchased and also just like a few swatches, just so you can see what they're like. But then I'm just going to do like a kind of a quickish makeup look today, just to see what the actual quality of the eyeshadows are. And yeah, so let's just get into it. So I did purchase two palettes. They came in this kind of packaging, which is like a little plastic container that's resealable, and when you open them out, the palette's like this. So this is Origin, and it comes with like this little iridescent style card, which has some discount in there, little share the love, and some stickers. So that's Origin, and this is Evolve. So I'm going to open up the palettes. So these both cost £25 each. There's 42 eyeshadows within each palette, and they weigh 1.4 grams each. So when you open up the palette, you've got the bubble wrap, and this is what the palette actually looks like. This is Evolve. When you open it out, you have a large mirror at the top, and then you have the 42 eyeshadows. And I'll show you what Origin looks like. So this is Origin. Again, 42 eyeshadows, and they are each 1.4 grams. This is what Origin looks like. I originally was only going to purchase one palette, and I think I initially purchased Origin because I tried to look for Evolve because that's the one that I wanted, and it said it was out of stock. So I was like, okay, so I'm just going to purchase Origin because I really wanted to see how good these palettes are. And then Origin came back into stock, or it just got pushed to sale, I guess. So I just purchased that last minute. So I purchased both of these on Thursday, and they arrived on Saturday. So it only took 2 days for them to be delivered, which was amazing. And that's the quickest I think my shipment's ever been at Beauty Bay. I think today I'm going to try Evolve, which is the palette that I originally wanted, and I will do another video showcasing Origin, but I did just want to show you what the shades look like before I got into like a quick first impressions tutorial. I'm actually just going to use the mirror in the palette because it's just a lot easier. I'm going to prep my eyes using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I use the shade Medium in this. I always get you guys asking me what shades I use when I prime my eyes, so I'm trying to remember actually to do that. And I'm just going to go and blend that in. There we go. So as you can see from the palette, so this is a closer view of Evolve. So on the side there is no eyeshadow names, it just says base, transition, crease, liner, pop and highlight. So that is the order that you can do your eyes in. I'm literally just going to create just a natural everyday makeup look today because I don't want something too big and bold, because I do have things to do today and I don't feel like I need that much makeup. I do just want to show you what the quality and kind of test that out for myself. So the first shade that I'm going to go in with is this one right here, and I'm just going to use that as my base shade. And this is probably just a bit more of a neutral shade that's right for my skin tone. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. This is the number 17 brush by NYX. It's just a blending brush. I'm just going to take that all over my lid. So far that's really good, like it's fine. It's a base shade. You don't really expect it to do anything but prep your eyes. It is the right colour for me. It's kind of just, I like my base shades to be as close to my skin tone as possible, and that does the job. Dabbing my brush in, like as you can see, it's not too powdery. There wasn't I think hardly any kickback at all. Yeah, so far that's really good. I'm just happy with that. Now I'm just going to take this Spectrum B06 blending brush, and I'm actually going to dip it into this shade right here, which is like a lovely like peachy colour. I'm just going to take that and just blend that in to my crease a bit. This is a transition shade. As you can see, it's actually really pigmented. Like, it goes on really well. It seems really easy to blend. Like, that was just one, and that, like, just one dab in, and it's actually really created a nice look. So really happy with that. I think it blends really nicely. It's a really beautiful shade actually. I love like peachy tones. They suit my skin really, really well. So I have to say I'm really, really impressed with that. I really like the fact that you kind of get a lot of option. Like 42 shades is just such an amazing amount. And especially for £25, it's very rare that you'll get a palette that has that many eyeshadows that's worth that much. I'm just gonna add a bit more on this eye, into like the inner corner bit here. I always find that when I'm blending, I tend to really like not miss out the inner corner of my eye. So I am working on my blending skills. Right, so now that is done, I'm going to take the Spectrum A08 brush, which is a larger blending brush, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here, which is like a gorgeous like browny reddy shade. And what I'm going to do with that is literally just dab the brush in, tap off the excess, and just put that into my crease, just to intensify. Wow, that's so nice. Like, that's really, really pigmented. And that is just one like tap in. That's lovely. That's such a nice shade. It's actually a lot more red than I thought it would be. I thought it would be deeper, like a little bit more browny, but it is actually more red. But I do like it. I think it looks really nice. Right, so I'm just going to do the other eye. So now that is done, I'm going to take the brush that I had that peachy shade on. I'm not going to add anything onto it, but I'm just going to blend out the edges a bit, just to get rid of any harsh lines. Now what I'm going to do is actually just going to miss out the liner line and this line right here, but I'm going to go straight in with the pop, and I'm going to go in with this bronzy shade right here, which is like a gorgeous bronzy tone. And the pigmentation on that is insane. Just swatched it on my hand. I think I might cut my crease first. Right, so I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape again, and what I'm going to do is just pop that on the back of my hand like so, and just use my hand as like a palette, and take this flat brush, which is an A16 Spectrum brush. I'm going to take a little brush for this, a little mirror for this, because it's just a lot easier to get in, and I'm just going to cut my crease like so. Now what I'm going to do is just take that bronzy shade and just pop that all over where I've cut my crease. And I'm going to use the Spectrum A13 brush, which has picked up quite a lot, which is great. And I'm going to just put that over the top. I don't know whether a brush is working very well, so I'm just going to use my finger and just, well, yeah, look, that's much better. It's picked up so much product. Wow, yeah, that's really, really nice. I'll zoom you in a little bit so you can see a bit better. That's really lovely, actually. That's so pigmented. What I'm going to do is now take that little brush that I just tried to use and just go over the eye, just to kind of increase the pigmentation. And then what I'm going to do is take that deep browny reddy shade again and just blend that back into my crease and into the outer corner again. I'm going to take that gold again and just go over it, that bronze again, and just go over it again. Just slightly, just to neaten it up, like so. And then I'm going to take that blending brush that I used for the first peachy transition shade, and I'm going to just blend that out again. Because what that does, it just blends out a lot of the harsh lines. That's what I want to do, is actually want to put some underneath my lower lashes. So I'm actually going to dip into that peachy shade again, which is the transition shade, and I'm going to initially go in with that underneath my lower lashes. Like so. And then I'm going to dab just a little bit of that reddy brown shade and just pop that underneath as well. Just a little bit though, not too heavy, just because it'll make it look too dark. So that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup, and then I'll jump back on camera and give you my thoughts on the eyeshadow palette and how I work with them. So yeah, bear with me. So this is it, guys. This is the final makeup look. So Evolve. Okay, it was actually really easy to create this look. I found it really quite simple. I found the shadows really easy to blend. They weren't powdery. The palette is really, really beautiful, and it's like so pigmented. I found that there wasn't much fallout. There was no fallout on my face. There wasn't much fallout when I tapped my brush in. All the shadows in here are really quite beautiful. I mean, they are just gorgeous. There's a lot of these shades at the top that I wouldn't use, because obviously I have olive skin, and going in a really light eyeshadow just doesn't work well on my skin tone. But the rest of the eyeshadow I would definitely use. I think it's beautiful. I do have a few favourite colours in here so far, and I will swatch them for you, but it's really quite hard because there are no names. So I'm just going to point and then try and swatch on my arm, I think, because that's probably the best way. So loving this peachy shade right here, which is this one, and I'll just swatch it for you. It's just a really, really nice transition shade, but I would use that all over my lid just as like one eyeshadow, because I think it's gorgeous. I also love this shade right here, which is very, very similar to this, which is also a peachy shade. And swatching that, it comes up a little bit more pinky. I don't know if I need to turn this down a little bit so you can see. There you go. Hopefully you can see that a little bit better. It's just a little bit more pinky than this one right here. I'm going down to the next line. I'm loving this crease shade, which is like an intense deep red. And it actually comes across like really intensely purpley red, which is gorgeous. Perfect for Christmas, autumn, like winter. I think it's gorgeous, really, really nice. I'm also loving this shade, which I used today, and this is like that burnt orangey red shade, and I think it suits my skin tone really well. And I like the shade that's next to it, which it just feels so buttery. And that is just a deeper, more intense red. Then moving further down, I would really, like, my eyes automatically draw to this shade right here, which is like a gorgeous brownie, like chocolate brown. Which, if I swatch it, I'm really bad at swatching like this because it's quite heavy. But that is just such a nice, like, really nice chocolatey chocolate brown colour. And then with the shimmer shades, I really just love gold and bronze, but I think I love the look of the blue shimmer as well, so I'll swatch all three of those. These are so pigmented, like crazy pigmented. Like, they come up so nicely, and they just feel really, really buttery on your fingers. I did find that the bronzy shade went on really well. It went on better with your fingers than it did with a brush, which is just normal for any like shimmer shade anyway. And then when you go to the highlighter, I go for these two and that one, I think. So these are probably more me. Oh yeah, they're just so gorgeous, and they all look really similar, which is probably why I like them. but they would suit my skin tone more. I think overall the palette is amazing. I think for £25, I mean, it's just such a bargain. For me, when applying, I found that the palette was really heavy. It's really heavy to hold and try to do your eyes. Obviously, most people, because I'm filming, it's a little bit different. Most people will just have it on their desk and they'll probably use the palette more like that. It will be a lot better. I don't think you'd be able to travel with this really. You probably could put it in your suitcase, and it's packaged really well, so potentially you could, so it wouldn't get damaged, but I do find it so heavy and so large that you just wouldn't probably want to travel with it. The quality though is just, it's really, really lovely. Like honestly, it was so nice to work with. It was really easy to blend. I even found that the darker shade was really easy to blend in. I usually have quite trouble with darker shades, just blending. Like my blending skills aren't, you know, fantastic, and I do struggle sometimes to blend in, but this just went on like a dream. I loved it. Really love the goldy shimmer shades. I just think it's, yeah, it's beautiful, and if you can get your hands on it, I'd recommend it, like totally recommend it. I think it beats like the Morphe palette that I've got, and it beats like a few of the other palettes that I have, because for the price, the quality and the amount of shadows that you get, it's fantastic. So well done, Beauty Bay. Like honestly, you've kind of knocked it out the park with this one. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions tutorial. I know I talk loads, so hopefully I can speed up some of the eyeshadow parts. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with all your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.